An estimated 1 million people are living with multiple sclerosis in the U.S. and roughly 10 to 15,000 right here in Mississippi. This month, Mississippi's MS Society is trying to get the word out about the disease and raise a little money.
So this affects young people.
Dr. Scott Crawford has been living with multiple sclerosis for more than 20 years. He first experienced symptoms of MS when he got shingles.
I got that, and I knew it was not typical shingles because it was affecting my gait, my ability to walk. I could start walking normally, and then after about 30, 40, 50 feet, my legs just became lead. I couldn't lift my right leg. It started to drag, and all of a sudden I got this horrible fatigue, like I had just ran a marathon, and it was like oppressive.
Scott knew it was more than just shingles.
It was unlike any kind of fatigue I'd ever experienced before. I knew something was wrong. I went to a neurologist, and they said it was just part of the shingles, and so I let it go. But I kept having these bouts of profound fatigue that happened every 3 to 4 months. And by the third one in May 2000, I was paralyzed from the eyes down.
It took 3 years for Scott to get a diagnosis for MS. That was more than 20 years ago. Today, there are more treatments and faster diagnosis.
So someone who's diagnosed in 2023 with multiple sclerosis is much less likely to be disabled, at least physically disabled, than someone who was diagnosed in, say, 2010.
And when you talk about treatment, what is part of the treatment for MS today?
So MS involves the immune system's attack on the nerves. So the way that we treat MS is we use something to affect the immune system, to decrease that hyperactive immune system.
Getting the information out about the disease is the goal. And that's why Walk MS Jackson will be held later this month at Trustmark Park.
This walk is really important because multiple sclerosis is not a rare disorder, but many people in Mississippi don't know anything about MS. It's a common cause of neurologic disability, and that disability is preventable if people recognize the symptoms and get treatment.
And those symptoms range from numbness and tingling to blindness and paralysis. Scott has been an advocate for MS, traveling all over the country. He says this walk is important to help Mississippians.
The Walk MS Jackson is our main and most important fundraising benefit here in Mississippi. This is the big one. This is the one where we try to raise as much money as possible to conduct research, stop the disease in its tracks, restore lost function, and eventually end it forever. And it's a lot of fun.
The Walk MS Jackson is set for Saturday, April 22nd at Trustmark Park. The site opens at 8 a.m. and the walk begins at 9. I'll be your MC for this year's walk, and if you'd like to register a team or make a donation, go to walkms.org and search for Walk MS Jackson 2023.